Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
New time. Sorry, guys, I was late.
New time, new day.
Drank a lot of tequila
Welcome, everybody, to Box Office Breakdown on the Popcorn Talk Network. I'm your host, Sarah Stretton, and back in studio we have...
I'm just looking at myself in
JT,
the
that's
camera.
a camera.
Yeah.
Straight to the
Trying
E.
to get myself a nice...
Do you feel well framed?
I feel pretty good.
Do you feel like...
Yeah, this is your first. The brick is different now here? What are they doing? Change the brick here?
we moved
Studio.
studios. You missed it, JT.
Yeah,
they have
wow.
another one where we faux brick in the back.
Yeah,
A real
no.
brick. It's real brick.
Yeah, I did tune in and see that, and I was like, oh, it's like a comedy
But now it's white
store
brick.
from the 90s.
We're just trying to figure out where we get situated.
Yeah,
But I was
where we're
getting
comfortable.
I was getting a lot of red coloring in my face too from the brick. I like this.
So you
this
like
is
this
better
one?
for me. Yeah.
This is kind of
Yeah.
nightclubby.
Because I got good skin, and the brick didn't really do anything for my skin.
All right. Well, since we have a new day and a new time, we're just here to remind you guys what we do is talk about the numbers, talk about what's going on in movies, in the theaters, what's coming out, what's coming up, making some predictions and having some fun games.
I'm excited about this
pretty much
because
our job.
we're getting the numbers to these people a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Because, you know, Sundays is when all the numbers do come out. Again, this might hurt us when there's something that's like right on the line, when something's like
Like this
even.
week?
Because sometimes
Or
Monday
like a
morning...
Patriot game.
or a Patriot game. Because Monday
Yeah.
morning, sometimes like the winner is revealed because it's so close. But
Yeah.
we're going to go with what Box Office gives us on Sundays.
On
and
Sundays.
International.
And we'll just have to, I don't know, tweet or something, follow-ups. Because let's
Yeah.
start with this weekend's box
Do it.
office. Starting with, also, for those of you who tuned in last week, Finstock got 5 for 5.
Poof.
Again.
I blame...
This is creating a
Yeah,
problem.
but you blame the walk.
I blame the altitude at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, you were out of your mind. Well, once you hung up,
I'm
I'm
glad
like,
you
he's crazy.
survived. It's bringing
I
joy
didn't
to
do
the
it,
table.
in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah, you were out
I
of your mind.
chickened out.
Oh, all right. Well, the Walk the movie did not even
No,
make
I know.
the top 10.
It's disappointing.
It was number 11 on the list, only bringing in $1.5 million.
Only 448 theaters, though. I mean, still.
It's
I mean,
IMAX,
Sicario,
though. But it's
Sicario was in 6
IMAX.
theaters and
But
it made
IMAX,
500.
IMAX brings in more money.
That's true, too.
IMAX
Yeah.
tickets are more expensive. And if you look
know.
at this, like, compared to Everest, like, not so good.
That's
mean-
what I was comparing it to, Everest.
Same.
And it had that, you know, big director behind it, up-and-coming star. I can understand why Everest might be a little bit more... that feels more like an IMAX movie, even though this movie does it really well. And
I
saw
heard it's
this
visually stunning.
visually stunning. I saw it last week. I'm okay with the movie. Didn't love it, but I enjoyed my time with it. In the last 30 minutes... I almost say if you're going to see this movie, the only way you should see it is IMAX 3D. Because if it was on a regular screen and not 3D, I just don't feel like I wouldn't enjoy it as much.
I'm out. I can't see
Yeah,
3D.
that's right, you
But you
can't
know
do
what the thing
3D.
is? Like I said last week, I already saw the documentary with Philippe Petit on
Yes.
a wire, Man on a Wire.
Man on a Wire.
And that's all I really need to know.
All right.
Like, but you can look at this. Oh, sorry.
oh, okay.
I mean, look, these kind of documentaries / you know, when you do a really good doc,
Yeah.
then, you know, is there really a need for a movie at this point? I mean, look at Straight Outta Compton. There was a ton. This is an exception, though. There was a lot of documentaries on Ice Cube and Dre and all these
Yeah.
other people, and you knew everything. And you sort of knew everything that was going down, but, you know, Compton came out and smashed, but that was a product of, you know,
I think you have a
timing.
point, and we're going to get into this with our upcoming
I was
movies
about to
because there's a
say,
whole
yeah.
argument we're going to stick around to. So stay around for the end of the show because we will get back to that point.
But
I've
I'm
got
just saying
you,
my
JT.
length right
We've
there.
got
I
this.
was thinking the same thing.
Number 5 in the box office this weekend was Maze Runner. The Scorch Trials bringing in $7.6 million, so it dropped 46%.
Yep.
It is bringing a total gross of $63 million for the franchise. Then The Intern only dropping 34% down to $11.6 million.
It's a nice hold.
Yeah, I mean, it's had really strong reviews. People are
It's a Nancy
especially
Myers
in-
army.
Yep, and in the female demographic, really going out for this one.
40 plus.
Going
Cougars. It's a cougar demographic.
Sicario expanding in
Yeah.
theaters,
Did really well.
bringing
Yes.
in $12 million
That's a lot of money.
Money and good reviews.
It's good buzz.
JTE, do you want to even chime in? Because
Yeah,
this was your kind of movie baby for a little bit.
I was really excited for this, and I gotta say, it did disappoint. It's definitely one of my top films of the year so far. Del Toro kills it.
No.
Did you see this yet?
It's not Del Toro. It's Denis Villeneuve.
Benicio del Toro
Oh, Del
is
Toro.
in
That
the
Del
movie.
Toro. That Del Toro.
Did you see this yet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what did you think of it?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was great. And have you seen it yet?
Not yet.
I saw a
I've been in a
screening of
wedding.
it. I
I've
saw
been
a
in
screening.
wedding worlds
That's
for
true.
like a week.
Yeah, you were in Texas, right?
Yeah.
How'd it go? Not to segue, but because we missed you at the party yesterday. The party was big.
Yeah,
It was a
how
big
off?
schmo
40th
Not
party.
just. I love the bride. She's wonderful.
What about the groom? You hate him?
No, I like the groom too.
Did any of the bridesmaids sleep with him beforehand?
No.
That happens a lot.
No, it was just
start
very.
going more weddings.
I'm
Yeah.
from California. It was very Texas, and that was a
Oh,
lot
really?
of days in Texas. There was
Okay, what part of Texas? Austin?
Fort Worth,
Oh,
like
Fort Worth.
Dallas.
Ugh.
Oh, you're
So
Yeah.
I was in a giant, like tricked out barn.
you're in a cowboy
with,
country.
like,
Jerry World.
thousands
She
and
was at Jerry
thousands,
World.
Jerry World.
thousands of dollars in wedding supplies.
Yeah.
I spent hours ripping off the labels of 1,000 water bottles, and retaping personalized labels on them.
Did you do it in a bikini?
No,
That would have been fun.
did it in misery.
That I'd watch.
Did the groom at any point lasso his wife to be and like pull her in?
No, but we did have to all change into cowboy boots,
Oh,
and
man.
there was
With bikinis?
no.
Damn.
This wasn't Tahiti.
Ah,
This is Texas.
I'm getting
There's a lot
married.
of
Everybody's
pink.
gonna wear a bikini, even dudes.
In Texas, girls' bikinis usually have machine guns.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
So moving on, number 2 in the box office this past weekend was Hotel Transylvania.
Yep.
So staying up there in the box office, but losing the number 1 spot, bringing in $33 million.
It's a nice hold too.
Yeah, really
Dropping
good.
only 31%. It's really small drops this week. Of
there's no
the
other
top
animation.
5,
Exactly.
nothing went over 50%.
The only other animation movie besides Hotel Transylvania is Black Mass, and with Johnny Depp, looking like an animated character.
But seriously, I think that you just said it. Look at all the movies in the top 10.
Yeah.
Every single one is for adults, except for the Scorch Trials, which
Absolutely.
is
Maze Runner
the
and-
tween.
It's that
But
time.
Hotel Transylvania is the only thing even close to coming to a kids movie.
Perfect opening for them.
I think it did pretty well for demographics. If you
For
look
sure.
at 5, you got teenagers, then you have a large, predominantly female audience with The Intern,
Yeah.
and then Sicario bringing in, I think, a little bit more of a male audience. Hotel Transylvania to kids, and your Martians has anyone who is looking for something that might have award potential.
Or just a
And-
good movie.
55 for
general-
Martian's very nice.
55, yes, that is the number, making it the number 1 movie of the weekend. It is easily compared to Gravity from last year,
Which made about $1 million more, they're saying? Is
about 700,000
Okay, wow.
more. So this is one of those things that could change by tomorrow.
that interesting?
It
I'm
could.
trying to think
If
what movie-
Sunday estimates are low,
Yeah.
it could change by tomorrow and take the record away from Gravity, but it's comparable on so many
Very
levels.
similar movie. Yeah, but not like as far as like the way it's made or even the way
You
it was
watched it, right?
shot.
You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw Gravity and The Martian. I'm trying to think which movie I like better. I would say I like The Martian overall better as a film, story-wise. But Gravity does some groundbreaking.
Oh yeah.
I
film
mean,
stuff
I
that
always
I
like
still
Gravity
adore.
on tech
Yes.
levels and that spectrum, but Gravity never held up for me story-wise completely.
I
No, it's
totally
not real
agree with you.
story. So-
I totally agree with you. And this has a better story, so I guess I would give the slight edge to The Martian.
you gave it a
overall.
4.5, right?
Yeah, I
That's a
loved it.
lot.
Oh,
Listen,
You're usually pretty
here's the
strict
thing.
about that.
Yeah, here's the thing. It doesn't reinvent the wheel in any way, but it does exactly what a survival story does very well.
Is there a monkey in it?
If there was, it would have been a 5 out of 5.
Okay, I have a question for you because the scenario is very much the same. You get a brilliant astronaut pretty much alone
Yes.
in space for a while, just on that bare bones. Very
Mm-hmm.
similar. And Sandra Bullock got a lot of praise, not only for doing her zero gravity work, but for her acting chops in
Yeah.
it. Does Matt Damon have does he have comparable, I guess, material?
I think he has more to do, more material to work with in this movie.
Okay.
I mean, it takes over a much longer amount of time. everything Sandra does in that movie is reactionary.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this.
Yep.
This dude is literally, it's like Castaway. It's very similar to Castaway on Mars.
Okay.
He has, like, he goes through the emotions. When you're
I like that
alone,
better.
you go a little bit crazy at times, and then you're
Yeah,
emotional.
you go stir crazy.
Yeah, and
Space crazy.
but Damon does a really good job, and it's not one of those movies like I said, Castaway, where it's just Hanks the whole time. There is a lot of going on back on Earth with Jeff Daniels, the guy from Twitter Slave,
Chiwetel
Ejiofor.
He's the best.
Yeah, I mean, it has a great supporting cast. Kristen Wiig has a little small role.
She's gonna be Oscar winner soon.
And then you have
Not for this movie.
Not
though.
this movie.
and then you have the crew who left them behind with Jessica Chastain, Michael Pena. Like, it's such a well cast movie.
Does it
that-
have Oscar potential in any category?
Here's the thing. It doesn't. When I saw it, it didn't scream Oscar potential to me.
Okay.
But depending on how strong the year is, I could totally see us getting some technical, and possibly, depending on how strong the field is this year, maybe Damon can sneak in there.
I don't
Get
think so.
nomination.
The field's gonna be heavy in next coming weeks.
I think it is. I think it's going to be a really busy field. I just think that last year, when they saw Gravity come out, he must have been like, yes, I have a better story than
Yeah.
this.
Absolutely.
I have a potential to win another Oscar.
Well, Ridley needed a hit. He needed a big hit here, and this is it.
I feel like Damon's gonna get a Best Actor. He's gonna slip in right at the number like 4 or 5.
It
How
could
do they
be.
usually do? They usually do 5 nominees a year,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Let's
five
see.
usually,
Last
right?
year they
Pretty
did.
sure it's 5.
Last year they did 5.
Yeah, there's always 5.
and
pretty
Kate
much.
won.
I wonder if was
But-
David Hasselhoff in this?
No.
In The Martian.
Yeah, remember in Sharknado 3 he gets stranded in the space.
I've never seen Sharknado. 1,
be
2,
fun.
or 3.
3 was good. 3 was great.
Right.
Okay.
We'll see how many they nominate for Best Picture this year.
Yeah, I mean,
that number's always fluctuating.
here's the thing: it's a very crowd pleasing film, so that could carry into award season. It's so early, I can't say. Especially there's a movie we're gonna talk about later. I think might have potential to be
All right.
in that race.
We will get going from our domestic box office towards our international numbers. Talking a little bit more about The Martian, it soared into the stratosphere this weekend, picking up a colossal $45.2 million. So it topped foreign sales charts. Ridley Scott's outer space
money.
epic debuted in 9,611 screens across 49 markets worldwide, including the UK, Italy, Australia, and Hong Kong.
Yes.
Yes, so combined with its domestic haul, the 20th Century Fox release has earned $100.2 million. So it is getting very close, I guess, to its budget. I don't know if it includes
Oh.
P&A, but that was about $100 million.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be a huge hit.
That'll be fine.
The word,
they love
not to
this stuff.
mention, it has an A cinema score. The critics, I think it's like in the 90s. It's gonna have some legs.
Rotten Tomatoes is having some good reviews currently.
Yes.
A lot of movies are up there in
Yes.
the numbers.
For some reason, space just plays well. Anything sci-fi or in that scale just plays well, no matter where you.
Do you think
place
they're gonna reinvigorate the space program at any point with all these films?
Maybe.
Like, is it gonna increase
Yeah.
the child's desire to be an astronaut again?
Well, that lady really put a damper on NASA's festivities. That was the one that was like wearing the diapers and going to shoot people. and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the crazy girl that was
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah,
man,
that was the best.
they need to make a movie about her.
Yeah, they should. I'd watch
Coming out
that.
next.
Definitely watch that. Starring
real
Roxy.
quick question: have you guys read the book The Martian at all?
No.
Okay, because it does have a very strong China opponent to it. Like China has a large role in the film, and there's always that one scene where like they show like the crowds in America like watching the mission live on TV, and they go to China a lot. And part of me, like just doing this show, I'm watching this thinking, was this in the book? Or are they literally going after that China money?
Yes.
Because it's Transformers did it. I mean, a lot
Every-
of
yeah.
all these
Part of it.
movies now
It's
are
just part of it.
just bringing China to because they know it's going to equal dough.
And one guy in the Schmoville page, I think Robert Butler, was talking about that.
Oh, the
Well-
Butler.
Yeah. No, he's talking about how the book and the movie and the Chinese and other things.
So the
like that.
Chinese were in the book.
Yeah, I think they were.
That's what I was curious about. I wouldn't be surprised if they were because they were so important to the story. But at the same time, I can't thinking of doing a box office show. I'm thinking, yeah, they might just be doing
I mean,
this because
we will.
It's not a bad
I
move.
think probably it is part of it, and it hasn't even opened in China or South Korea or Germany
Yeah.
or I believe, let's see, Russia yet. So
When
that's
I
good
write
one.
stuff, I always put Chinese in it somehow.
Well, look
like
at-
they'll go somewhere, and then I put a synagogue in there too, like synagogue in Chinese.
Please, everyone.
look at Terminator Genesis. They put an Asian pop star in there slash actor.
Yep.
Same thing with X-Men: Days of Future Past. They put a female
We talk about
singer.
it all the time.
Listen, I'm not.
Well, here's the reason
I
why
have
we're going to
nothing
talk
wrong with
about it right now. Why they do this?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right. In second place, Lost in Hong Kong continued to be a major attraction in China,
This thing's a
where it's
juggernaut.
quickly becoming one of the country's top grossing locally produced films in history. The slapstick comedy
Oh.
sequel to 2012's Lost in Thailand
see
made
that one.
41 million, pushing its total. Get ready for this to 204 million dollars.
These are definitely on my watch list. I am going to watch Lost in Thailand for sure. Hopefully they have like a bunch of cool things going on.
So China took the second place and took the third place top earning title with Chronicles of the Ghostly Tribe, that brought in $34 million.
these
The
movies
film
make $20
centers
million
on
in one
grave
day.
robbers trying to find hidden treasure, and it has made $68 million since opening on September 30th.
Jesus.
Hollywood-
Where's this money coming from?
Hollywood is moving to China.
Yep, and we're not done because the top five
mind-boggling.
was rounded out by Chinese comedy Goodbye Mr. Loser, and then Hotel
Wait a
Transylvania
minute.
2.
What's it called?
Goodbye, Mr. Loser.
These
Goodbye,
guys are
Mr.
just,
Loser.
they're transcending. I mean, this is just great stuff over there. I'm
Yes.
going to have to move to China.
And none of these movies have martial arts, which is like crazy.
No, they don't do that
nowadays.
anymore. They're done with that.
They're done.
Goodbye,
They don't
Mr.
do it
Loser has earned $37 million in less than a week of release,
Jesus.
while Hotel Transylvania 2 has picked up more than $150 million globally.
Christmas.
So,
Listen, I've been a fan of Asian cinema, South Korean, Hong Kong films since I was in high school.
Yeah.
I love buying imported films. They've always made good films. So I'm glad to see them, making their money.
Well, The Killer was the one we watched, right?
I took these guys to see The Killer. And how awesome was that movie?
It was great.
It was amazing.
It was fantastic.
And again, Infernal Affairs is a Hong Kong film, which was Departed remade. I think Infernal Affairs is way better than Departed. I'm like in the minority in that. I think it's partly because I saw it before Departed.
we need to find like a Chinese movie theater in LA.
We need to find
Like
a Chinese person to come on
running
this show.
movie
I'll tell you
theater.
what, if they ever
Chinese
do a
film
Lost,
running.
if they got Lost in Thailand, Lost in Hong Kong, if they ever do a Lost in Hollywood,
We'll do the double feature.
we need to do like
That would
we
be
gotta have
not a double
cameo.
feature. That would be a
Yeah.
triple
I want
feature.
I want us to all have a cameo in that movie.
Oh, we
if
should.
they're Lost in Hollywood,
That's it. I'm
that'd be
writing a new one.
Pitch it.
I'm writing a new one.
We talk about your movies all the time. Let
Yeah.
us be in one. All
We
right.
need Chinese people here
So
on set.
of our top five, three of our top five international movies were Chinese films.
Yeah.
They did not secure the first spot. The Martian did, but that is worthy of some note, especially because they have been popping up a ton.
This is
in the
outrageous
past
amounts of
months.
money.
So much money, so much money. And when you think about it, like we don't, other countries, or at least the United States, doesn't show as many Chinese films.
Yeah,
like
I
they're
know.
not on all of our screens. Versus The Martian
Which
is
is
playing in
everywhere.
a ton of of
Yeah.
Chinese.
I think they're
screens.
playing Lost in Hong Kong down in Chinatown.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Yeah, you guys wanna
Sounds
go?
good. Yeah, I'll go.
We'll do a
I'll
video.
go.
Yeah.
We'll do a video and everything.
Oh Jesus, it'd be the best.
All right, let's get into our game. Try and get some wins back from a certain someone.
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time for the
Oh, it's
International
so good
Title
to have you
Game.
back.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución no los queremos.
I caught some eating in there.
That was me eating some local Chinese food.
Oh yeah, well there you go. I thought you were gonna do
some
the
egg
lasso
rolls.
of the
I
Texas
should've
wedding.
Done, I should have done the last of Texas wedding.
So do you have any pictures
Um,
of the Texas wedding or?
Soon.
Okay,
Soon.
let's post them on.
We'll
here.
have that next week, guys.
Yeah, Sarah's wedding dresses. You know, we'll throw them
Not
in the
my
back.
wedding dress. I was a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's
That's perfect.
now get into this game, please.
Yes.
I'm well rested. I'm ready to win one.
This is a good one.
We have to play strategically
Yes, I know.
Yeah, because I've
together
My
as a
tells are off.
team.
Together.
well, my tells are off now because I'm using a lot of moisturizer, so
That's right.
you can't really tell when I'm lying or not.
Huh?
Okay.
It's new.
Moisturizer.
So we're going from China
Key
here
to being
again,
a good liar.
obviously. It's Matt Damon for The Martian,
Yeah.
and we're going to start
really?
with
I love Matt Damon.
We're going to start with Courage Under Fire.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
where he dropped like 85 pounds and
Denzel
almost died
movie.
and stuff. It's called Fire Wire Young.
Can you spell that?
Y-O-N-G.
Okay.
Firewire Young.
Firewire. Yeah.
Y-U-N-G?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, O-N-G.
O-N-G.
Oh, Young.
Young. Young.
I thought you were saying Chinese name.
Well, my buddy,
Young.
I used to work in this place, and there was a cheeseburger stand, and the guy's name was Young,
Nice.
and he would only take cash, and then he would take cash and then put cheese on like the burger with the same thing he had cash on. You guys, dirtbag, obviously. Okay,
Okay.
The Martian.
Money is actually one of like the dirtiest things you can touch.
Yeah.
No escalators. escalator
I
handles.
said one
Oh,
of. I didn't see
that's true.
the most.
Escalators of the first.
So if you see
Yeah,
money,
of course.
And my passenger door handle.
so if you see money on an escalator belt, do you grab it?
You shouldn't admit to that yourself. I should say that to
Yeah.
you as an insult.
Yeah, I like insulting myself. The Martian.
Okay. The Martian.
Jedi.
Ooh.
Jedi Rescue.
Oh, I want this one to be real.
Jedi.
Right. Jedi Rescue.
It was
I
aimed,
like
but
that
nobody's
one.
in Star Wars in that movie.
Yeah, but they want to do that because they're
Okay.
prepping. China's prepping for everything.
Gotcha. True.
And, you know, they're showing their Star Wars to every little kid over there.
Anything that's Star Wars.
They're going big. It's going to
Okay.
make $700 million over
Okay.
there. All the Pretty Horses. That classic with Robert
Robert
Redford. That was a
Redford, yeah.
terrible movie. Love in the Mercedes-Benz.
Is the Mercedes Benz the name of a horse over there?
No, it's a car.
I know it's a car.
Yeah, but they're like, that's like their horsepower. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
they know stuff like that. Jay and Silent Bob, where he had like a little
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, I
James
did
Bond
not
Strike Back.
have
That movie?
Yes. White, rotten, cheap off. White, rotten,
Cheap off.
cheap off. So we'll go again. This is not easy.
Oh, is that
No.
all? Okay, yeah.
Courage Under Fire, Firewire Young, and not the guy who cooked cheeseburgers with and gave, put money in and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
The Martian, Jedi Rescue,
Ooh, how did
I
that
kind of want that one to be real.
All the Stupid Horses.
That's
Love,
not what the movie's
All
called.
the Pretty Horses.
Okay.
Love in the Mercedes-Benz. Maybe they were listening to Janis Joplin or something like that when they made it up.
Okay.
Jay and Silent Bob, White Rotten, Cheap Off. Poof.
It's a tough
Hi,
one.
JT.
I know, this is tough. I want to say Jedi because I just don't feel like they would make. There's nothing to connect it besides the fact it's in space.
And I was with Ken Knapsack yesterday too, so
True. What do you mean?
every time you're around them, you think Jedi stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I'll just say Jedi. What's it called? Jedi what?
Jedi Rescue.
Jedi Rescue.
It's false.
Yeah, because I just don't understand
Okay.
how Jedi would work in there. Unless
I'm
they're-
thinking maybe I should pick the next one, the Pretty Horses one.
Love in the Mercedes
that
Benz.
that one's so
Mercedes-Benz.
ridiculous that I can't not be true. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I
Is
mean, that's
it-
the one I would go with if I was thinking normally, but
Okay, well, you do the
Everything
Jedi,
I've-
I'll do Mercedes Benz.
okay. Let's ask our engineer.
Engineer, help.
I gotta go with the first one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, really? You go with
Firewire Young.
the- Okay. that's
Howard Young.
And he's right.
Ah.
Thank you.
Firewire
Thank
Young
you.
is not the correct
Thank you.
answer. It's Firewire something.
Why did you say young? Just so you can
I
tell
have
that
an
cheeseburger
idea.
story?
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Right.
I have an idea.
You're just forming them so you can tell stories now.
No, we have been struggling with Mr. Tom over there getting extra points for having this game. When the engineer gets it right, you lose a point.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we either of us win, we gain a point. But
What made you think Firewire Young was the wrong one?
Too much doesn't add up.
Okay, gotcha.
It seemed like you were
Wow,
taking too
good
much
point.
of the real name,
Yeah,
and it just didn't all add up.
there you go.
Whatever
There you
he
go.
tells the story with next week is the one I'm going to pick.
Well, Young is a cheeseburger. Young is a cheeseburger guy. He's dead now, I think. They turned it into
that's sad.
they turned it into a good Simon shop. He was like 100. He lived long enough. He was
all
fun.
right, well, thank you.
just glad
Thank
you
you
lived
for
100 cheeseburgers.
saying
Probably
that
died of
point away.
contamination, but he didn't
All
wash his hands.
right, end of game. Move on to
All right, let's do it.
Top 5 grossing films list.
There.
And we are going to be talking about Bobby De Niro.
You know it.
Are we doing Bobby De Niro? Oh, this
Yeah.
is awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I really thought we were going to be doing Matt Damon, but
No, we don't. Now, why would we do him for? We already did
We
him.
did Damon International Game, so
Yeah.
we're
That's
spreading the
true.
love. And Intern is doing good, and De Niro hasn't had a hit in a while, so I think this is good for him.
That's true.
and let's start. Well, we're going to do some grouping.
Okay.
Grouping.
Oh, because of Meet the
Because
It's one
we-
grouping, yes.
Yes.
With the Meet the Parents, yes.
Exactly.
doing things in
So
groups.
we, for those of you who don't know,
Yeah, so
we
do I.
don't like to add all of a franchise into our top 5 list.
Yes.
We like to kind of make them one section because for certain actors that just makes the list no fun. So
Correct.
we're going to start Mr. De Niro's list with The Deer Hunter.
Oh, really? That's
Back
number
from-
5?
Yeah.
Back from
Oh, way. That's
78.
Yeah.
And we did have to adjust the numbers for it to be included
course.
because at the time it made 48 million, but you adjust that and it makes it 175
Jesus.
million.
Think about
dollars.
that.
And
Think
we're
about
talking
that.
like a 3-hour movie, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like it's not a movie I would say that's entertaining. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great movie. It's very dark, very slow. It's very it tests your patience at times. But
does.
Christopher Walken and De Niro in that one
the
roulette scene, man.
that roulette scene.
It's famous. It's
was
gonna go down.
It was very
forever.
famous, and it was under a lot of controversy because a lot of people were doing it.
Oh, of course, they
Like,
still do in some
trying-
parts of the world.
Yeah, that's it. And I think 30 people got killed after that. Something like
Jesus.
that.
You know what it is, right? Russian roulette.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Well, John Cazale was in this too, who's just an amazing actor. He had cancer. He was Meryl Streep's
Yes, that's
boyfriend.
right.
He had cancer, and the studio was like, "We don't." Once they found out he was dying, they're like, "We don't want him in the movie," and nobody could insure him. So De Niro put up the money for his and got him on his insurance or something like that. And Meryl Streep was going to quit if they didn't put him on there. The guy was a fantastic actor. I mean, we're talking Dog Day
Godfather.
Afternoon, The
Godfather.
Conversation, The Godfather,
Yep.
and Deer Hunter. I mean, the man did like 6 movies, and then he died, unfortunately. I think he would have been a really
sad, though.
great talent. But another thing about this movie, Michael Cimino, I think it was the
Michael
director.
Cimino, yep.
He got like ostracized from like directing because
Well,
he did
he
something
made
bad.
he made Heaven's Gate, which
Right.
he had zero. The studio had zero control. They basically gave him money and said, "Go do
Well,
this
Heaven's
movie."
Gate sunk the studio.
It's one of the biggest flops in the history of all films. Like,
Yes.
It's up there with Ishtar and all those
Yeah.
other movies.
Oh yeah, Waterworld.
Yeah, it ended his career
It's the
basically.
exact opposite of
Sad.
Lost in Hong Kong.
And I know this was nominated for Best Picture. I can't remember if it won Best Picture, but I think it did.
Yeah, it did. And
It
De
did.
Niro won Best Actor. But Cimino convinced Christopher Walken in that one scene when he's arguing with De Niro to spit in De Niro's face. And he did. De Niro went
wow.
like fucking bananas.
Did
'Cause
he?
he was like, "What did you do that for?" And he said the director told him to do it. De Niro almost walked off set. It was a disaster.
That's bad. That's really bad.
It's considered a masterpiece.
Yeah, I need to
Kinda
watch
crazy.
it. It's been a while. I need to
It's
rewatch
been a
it.
really long time. All right, number 4 on this list is going to be Analyze This from 99, just bringing in 176 million, so just edging out The Deer Hunter.
You know, every restaurant interior in this movie was a spot of like a mob hit.
No, I did not know
No,
that.
that's not true.
It's true.
Is it really?
Yeah, it was a gangland hit. Every one of them, with the exception of
Nice
Sparks.
production design.
Yeah, with the exception of Sparks Steakhouse, which the hit took place outside actually, when
Okay.
a big Paul Castellano, when he got
Yeah.
shot up by Gotti's guys.
Gotcha.
Well, Gotti was.
I mean, everybody knows that.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, they went up to him, shot him, and then shot the other dude,
Mm-hmm.
and then Gotti just drove past to make sure it was done. That's some gangster stuff.
a
I
great-
mean, to
it's a-
shoot a made man is. You got
That's
some
kind of
balls to
nuts.
do that.
Well, it's a
Talk-
comedy.
Yeah.
And it's a
If
movie
you
I
didn't get it from
Yeah.
It's
the
a-
very
yeah.
dark
really enjoyed
production
it.
design.
I was a big hit when it came out because it's De Niro playing against his
Mm-hmm.
type. This is kind of like what started this and Meet the Parents. What started his whole kind of comedy turn, for better or worse. I think he went a little too far with it, especially when he did Showtime with Eddie Murphy, which is a
Oof.
horrible movie. But this is a great movie. The sequel I didn't like so much.
No.
But this first movie still holds up, I think.
It does. It
Wow.
spawned Sopranos almost.
Yeah.
Talking about another movie that holds up rather well, The Godfather Part 2
Deuce.
from 74. Let's look at this adjusted rate. 47 million, then 213 million.
It's the first sequel to ever win
Best Picture.
Best Picture.
Yep, and it was also nominated for 11
There was another
Academy
one.
Awards.
There was another one that won recently. It was a sequel that won Best Picture. Do you know what it is?
Lord of the Rings?
Return of the King.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Listen, Godfather 2 is a masterpiece. There's nothing you could say about it. It has already been said.
Mm-hmm.
It is what Stallone is to life. It's one of the greatest things
Yes.
ever.
Look, I am on record saying Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, in my opinion.
Ah, man,
I think a lot of people actually think that.
I struggle with it. I love the first one so much because
I mean, it's great.
Here's the thing: you gain De Niro, but you lose Brando.
Mm-hmm.
You lose Sonny though, and I love Sonny, James
great.
Caan in the first film. So you lose that in the
Fredo.
second one, and Fredo's in both of them. But Robert Duvall's still around. It's a toss. It's a coin flip for me.
I think Pacino
love
was
them both
better in
equally.
2.
Depends on your mood.
You think Pacino's better too? I don't know because Pacino in 2, he is who he is that whole movie.
Yeah.
The first one is when you see Michael coming from an outsider of the family who wants nothing to do with the business to becoming that. I mean, one of the most famous last shots in cinema history. The guys are kissing the finger. The door closes. So it's tough for me. I can't.
Look, they're
I
both.
love them both.
They're equally fantastic.
I
and
can't take it.
Obviously, like
My love for these
90% of the
movies is too
population.
much.
90%
The
of
only
the
one on our
population.
list, though, is number 2.
Really? Number 1 didn't make it?
No.
Oh, what?
Number 1 did not make the list.
That's a shame. We need
Yeah.
to re-release it so we can.
I think it was like number 7 or something like that with adjusted
Okay.
gross.
Shark Tale is coming in at number
Pained me to put on. It pained
2
me to put this on there.
from 2004. Just to bring in $217 million.
But it was like technically a mob movie. It was mob movie.
It was awful.
It was awful.
He was a shark, right?
Yeah.
He was like, it was an animated.
It was writing
wasn't
off-
Angelina Jolie's
yeah.
voice in it as
Yeah.
well.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Oh,
It was running off the tails of Finding Nemo.
Yeah, they
Let's-
were going to do a
but it like
sequel,
failed
but they
at it
didn't do it.
miserably.
Yeah, it's terrible. Nobody. Let's move on. This movie.
Yeah.
sucks.
We're done with it.
Taking the number
Sleeping with
1
the fishes.
spot, we are combining 2 movies, Meet the Fockers and Meet the Parents.
Let's talk about Meet the Parents because that's the only good one.
That is. So,
Well, I
you know
thought-
that movie still holds up. I love that.
I
movie.
love Meet the
Fockers
Parents.
made more.
Yes.
course.
370
Of course.
million
It's-
adjusted.
It's
Ugh.
the sequel. It's the sequel syndrome. Of course, it's gonna make more money because the first one's so fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I will remember Meet the Parents because it is literally one of the hardest times I laughed in the theater. So I remember going with my friends that movie.
It's laugh out loud.
And when he does the volleyball and he like
Yeah.
Yeah.
hits
Yeah.
the girl like the bride in the nose and he comes out in a Speedo. I mean, there's just so many
You know
funny
the thing.
moments.
The thing is, it's like with a movie like that, and it's probably one of the last movies that is so quotable on every level. But like, bet you do Panama Red and whatever else, and always
Bomb,
sweet
bomb,
setup,
bomb,
sweet
bomb,
setup,
bomb,
Iceman.
bomb, bomb.
Yeah.
Don't say bomb on
Yeah.
an airplane.
And Fokker,
Gaylord? Your name is
Fokker.
Gaylord?
It's amazing.
We can't
I'm
spend 8
sorry.
minutes
You know,
doing
you know
this.
who's fantastic as well?
James.
Owen Wilson. He's
Oh,
like,
yes.
he got the same job as Jesus, Carpenter. And he built that Hopewell, whatever it's called.
I need to
Hope
watch
Up.
that movie again.
That movie, it still holds up.
And sequels suck.
De Niro loves the cat. He like,
Oh, Jinx?
Yes.
yeah, loves it.
Jinx
The
loves the
cat's real name is Mishka.
Yes. This
enough.
was our list for the week.
That was a
Thank
good
you,
trip. Take the-
Mr. De Niro. Got some good movies to watch now.
Panama Red.
If someone hasn't
Hey,
seen,
can I get that paper back?
I have
It's
a
got my
question.
notes on there.
If someone hasn't seen a movie on this list, which one do you think they should see?
Godfather 2, hands down.
But
If
then you have
anybody
stuff
didn't
in
see
the row.
Godfather 2, just
Well,
they
they
shouldn't
use-
be
well,
watching
Okay,
the
let's
show.
take out Godfather.
The Deer Hunter, because it's a film I feel like doesn't get brought up nearly as much.
I
That Russian roulette scene it's cinematic
It's
history.
crazy. That Vietnamese scene when they're in that
Yeah.
thing under the tent when those guys are playing. I can't imagine what was going on over there.
Also-
what a complete disaster.
Everyone knows Christopher Walken nowadays. He's almost like a character of himself. You want old school Christopher Walken, Oscar nominated. I think he might have even won Best
haven't
Supporting
seen
for this.
He was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
So there's your movie to watch
a long
for
movie.
the
long.
week.
It's not good for this at
Give
this day and
yourself
age of
some
the AD and ADD kids. They're like, what the hell is this?
Where's the
But
lightsaber?
if
It's
you
very
have some
slow.
patience, if you have some
Very,
patience, you
very
like slow
slow.
movies, try that one out.
De Niro, Meryl Streep, Christopher Walken. What else do you know? Go
You know what
watch
another crazy thing about Deer, and I know we're off it,
Sorry.
was
We are about to move on, you know.
what was De
have a
Niro?
lot of movies
De
coming
Niro
out.
worked in a steel mill for like 3 months
Okay.
just to
Okay.
prepare for this movie,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
and nobody knew who he was.
Oh really?
Like they were just called him Bobby. They didn't know. They thought he was a steel guy, and that's
Was
what
it
he
the
did.
beard? Maybe it was the
I think it
beard?
was the beard and stuff, and he wore a hat real low.
Well, again, this
This is 78. I mean,
Yeah,
he
that's
wasn't
what I'm
super
saying.
big star yet.
he was big, but he was still. Film is not what it was today.
you can go
where
s-
it's
Yeah.
just every corner.
And
of
it wasn't what
You can go to some places
didn't
in
have-
Jersey, people won't even know who he is.
Yeah.
you didn't have like the constant paparazzi.
That's what I'm saying. Back in
really
those days, saw De
pushing
Niro
people.
street. You're like, yo, Bobby. You're like, how's it going?
Yeah, he's like, hey, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Now, like Tom Cruise walks down the road, everyone chases him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable.
All right, let's keep,
All right,
let's keep going.
up-
Yeah, don't
Upcoming-
let me get started on that.
Upcoming films. I think
Yes.
a movie that people hoped would be a juggernaut, but
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if it will be.
What?
Pan.
Pan.
$150 million budget
It's gonna tank.
coming out this weekend, rated PG. It's got Hugh Jackman in it.
Yep.
It's got
As Black
yeah.
Widow.
I just feel like
It's
we're
got Rooney
all.
Mara.
It's the
Yeah.
this is the story I believe of how Peter Pan became
Peter
Pan,
Pan.
like how he came to Neverland. So it's supposedly like an untold story.
Yeah, right.
I'm so confused. Like, why is Rooney Mara not only Tiger Lily because of her race, but
isn't she
she's too
black?
old.
Yeah. Well, she's got a great body.
But
Tinkerbell
it's
in
not
there
the
at all?
same.
I didn't know she had such a great
I
body
see.
until I seen the dragon
I know
tattoo.
that. I
Yeah.
know that. That model girl, Claire,
Yeah.
whatever her
Oh,
name,
is she in
is
there
a
too?
mermaid.
Yeah,
Oh,
ooh,
Jesus.
that's hot.
Here's the thing. I don't know if they
Siegfried
chose.
is Mary.
I don't know if they chose the right director for this. The guy who did, I believe, Atonement,
Mm-hmm.
and
I love Atonement.
those are good movies. I thought Atonement was great too. But watch those movies watch all his movies and be like, I need to give this guy a big like winter, summer, fall blockbuster family film. That's not the first person I'm running to.
I agree.
And
I wish Michael Jackson was alive. He loved this movie. He loves Peter Pan.
Who would he play?
He used to play Peter Pan. He's the one who hung out. He used to hang out in the tree in Neverland.
It has a
and act like
45%
Peter.
on.
Oh no, it's gonna tank. These kind of movies don't get like a 70 or 75 on Rotten Tomatoes. This movie is terrible.
It looks
guaranteed.
like a CGI fest.
It
doesn't
does.
look. It doesn't. I mean, the guy who plays Captain. The only thing that interested me a little was the guy who's playing Captain Hook. Like he looked like he's doing something interesting, and I kind of like the idea of him and Pan before they were like enemies. So like, there's some cool ideas in there. I just don't like the way it looks.
What
and
does
I
Pan,
don't
what
like
does
the
Pan
dark-
do? Fly around and sprinkle fairy dust, right? Is that
No,
what
he
does?
fights pirates.
He's a sword fighter. He has a little.
I bet he is. So, but no, you got to look at it this way. You got to look at it. He's like a transsexual, isn't he?
No, he's got feather in his cap. That's
Yeah, that's definitely.
Anyway, they're comparing.
Tank.
They're comparing
Not that there's anything
Pan.
wrong with that.
They're comparing
Of course.
Pan to the Jungle Book, which is going to come
Yeah.
out next year.
Oh,
to,
don't even put it in the same
That's
sentence.
what. If you go on Box Office Mojo and you go to similar movies,
Okay.
the first thing is the Jungle Book. The second thing is Tomorrowland,
Oh, geez,
which
that
bombed.
bombed.
The third thing is Maleficent.
Ugh.
Which made money,
That
but
made a lot of money, yeah.
really Angelina Jolie carried their marketing campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got things like Mirror, Mirror, Snow White and the Huntsman, The Last Airbender, Spy Kids.
Spy Kids was good. Stallone was in it.
yeah. That's part 3.
Yeah.
Part 3D.
Yeah.
The biggest moneymaker that they have it compared to was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, well, here's
which
the thing.
brought in 116 million opening,
Mm-hmm.
but then these other ones have like 11 million.
Let me tell you something. When you see the Jungle Book trailer, you saw that Alice in Wonderland trailer, you knew
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Like, that's Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jungle Book. You
Yeah.
see that Pan trailer, the last 10 seconds, like, oh, wait, what? Oh, is this Peter Pan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing from the trailer screams Peter Pan to me, or at least shows like the iconic images that we're
He's not
familiar
even.
with.
He's not even dressed up in that weird garb.
Yeah, that's. I mean, so again, I know it's a prequel and it's supposed to take place before that, but if you have Peter Pan in your title, it's like a Peter Pan movie. Give me something that looks like the Pan
But
that I at
the
least
only
grew up
thing
with.
they have is this is a PG movie.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a lot of PG movies recently, especially live
That's true.
action. and
Hotel.
Transylvania.
I think this is.
But
gonna,
live action?
I think this is going to escape the young fan base. I don't think you're going to see like really young people going to
Well,
see
because
this.
I don't
I
think the
agree.
kids see it, and I don't think they connect it with
This
Peter
is
Pan.
not a Frozen.
I don't even. I hate Peter Pan. I
The
don't
only-
even eat Peter Pan peanut butter because I hate Peter Pan.
You hate Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Do you like Hook?
No,
Oh my gosh.
I don't watch that stuff.
You're a horrible. You've never watched Hook?
Oh no,
with
I better
Robin
not, I better
Williams?
not say that because
Robin Williams?
no, because
Rufio.
the guy at the Omni that wore my mask,
Yeah.
he like loves Peter Pan at the Hook movie.
Oh, the Hook.
I
movie?
love
I'm
the
sorry.
Hook
You know what?
movie.
Hook's okay.
Hook's
You
okay.
just take it
okay.
back?
Yeah, I don't like to.
glad
That
you could
guy's
repent.
that guy might go nuts.
Again,
All right.
the only way these kids know they're seeing a Peter Pan movie is when their parents are telling them we're about to see a Peter Pan movie, because by looking at it you wouldn't know.
That's
Yeah.
true. Also
Ellis
coming.
hates Hook.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Ellis.
yeah, he's crazy.
Awful. No.
I'm going to the Van Halen concert with him.
All right.
Right
well,
after this.
We are not going to talk about the Van Halen
why I was
concert.
late.
We are going to talk about Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Which brings up the
What I'm talking
argument
about.
you made
Mm-hmm.
earlier. We talked about The Walk and how The Walk is a documentary. It's been
Yep.
it's a story that's been told
Yeah.
a lot. Steve Jobs.
They had a
This one
movie out.
has a fantastic cast.
True, yeah.
But the movie's
Yeah.
been made. The biography's been sold.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Jobs is a character that has been
Told many times.
picked
I think you're
at
gonna
and
see-
looked through.
But this one has Steve Wozniak,
Seth Rogen.
as Seth Rogen, but Wozniak was a consultant on this one.
Oh,
and I'm
really?
sure you're going to get a lot of like really hardcore, in-depth stuff. And this movie looks intense.
I mean, here's the
This
thing.
looks social networky.
Look at the cooks
I mean,
in the
it's
kitchen.
written by Sorkin.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the cooks in the kitchen. You got
Mm-hmm.
Danny Boyle, who's won Best Picture, great director, has a great visual style, knows how to keep energy. And you got
Okay.
Aaron Sorkin, who's one of the best writers working in Hollywood when it comes to plays and just, I mean, Gone Girl. No, he didn't do Gone Girl. I'm talking Social Network. Social
Great
Network,
movie.
again, about a guy who created this, famous technology, and it kind of was not like a normal guy, kind of obsessive and had issues.
$1 million is cool.
Yeah,
You
and
know what's cooler? $1 billion.
$1 billion. And listen, Fassbender, Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet doesn't do anything unless it's going to get nominated for an Oscar.
That's
Yes.
not true. Divergent.
Yeah, she did that
Well,
for cash.
I mean, that's cash.
That's the cash grab. Everybody's
That
allowed to do
is
that.
my argument that
Everybody's
you
allowed to do
just
that every
said.
once
She
in a
does everything.
She
for us,
shows
but
up
she
for a
doesn't.
week, does a couple
know-
things in front of a green screen, is like, I'm out.
You know what's crazy? Sorkin wrote this with Tom Cruise in mind,
Oh, really?
which I can
Oh,
see.
I could actually see
I
that.
could totally see that.
Yeah.
That would be very, very interesting.
I wish I was more excited about this movie.
And Leo was also
I-
attached to be in this as well, but he did Revenant instead.
I think he chose
Okay.
right. Although Fassbender looks... Listen, Fassbender is what's bringing me to this movie more than anything.
I
And
love the
Fincher-
writer. I love everyone in this cast. I just have already read so much and seen so
Yeah.
much about Steve Jobs that I don't really need to see
But
another
that's
movie. I know
actually-
I'm not going to learn
No.
Yeah,
anything
but that's
from
like
this.
if they did a Stallone
unless
documentary,
I'm-
I'd watch it.
Here's the thing, though, but you got all that information, which I think will help with this movie if you've watched the documentaries, because this movie's not taking place over his whole life. It's 3 days.
Yes.
Or three
and
very
I know
important...
very specifically
Yeah.
already what happened on those days.
Well, that's because...
Yeah, but
I
not
mean-
not told by Danny Boyle.
I don't know.
I would have
just,
liked Fincher to do this.
I just said I wish I was more excited for it, and I'll probably see it. I just feel like for me, this is the type of thing where it's like a book like you love that is being made into a movie, and it just always kind of disappoints. Like I have read this book, I've imagined enough, I've watched
Yeah.
enough documentaries, interviews, and stuff to know what this character is.
But there has yet to be a great movie about
Prometheus.
him.
Yes. And
The
I
Ashton
think,
Kutcher one was not very good. I think...
I think this one will be.
Yeah, I think this will be the one. I think
that?
hopefully, listen, if they make another one 2 years from now, I'm gonna be like, come on, stop.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is the one.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see. Also, it's not on here, but The Walk is expanding.
Yeah.
So that is another one to take into account, but we've already talked about it, so we don't need to talk about it more. I don't know what this movie is. Knock?
Yes. It's
Do you know what
From
know what it-
I'm sorry, but from that answer, I don't want to know
no.
what
You know
it's
what
about.
happens is when we mention Stallone, it goes.
Yeah.
It's knock knock.
This movie, it's produced by Eli Roth. It stars Keanu Reeves, about a guy whose family is on vacation or is out of town, and these two girls knock on a door during the rain, and they're like practically naked and
Yep.
wet.
Okay.
And they
moving
come in.
on.
No, but listen, it's a
Moving
horror
on.
movie though.
We have
It
5
is a horror
minutes.
movie.
I know, but listen, they come in. He makes this manly mistake of sleeping with them.
Yeah.
And then the next day, they both turn out to be crazy, and it becomes like a horror
So
thriller.
it's like
I'm
real life.
glad. Fantastic.
Basically.
All right. Also on here is trash. You have 20
You guys- you
seconds
know
to
what?
say anything about trash.
You know, it would be really funny if
No.
you and Roxy
Nope.
did that to my door. And,
No.
Sorry.
Trash is a small budget film. Rooney Mara's in it. She has. It's a small.
Second movie she's opening
Yeah,
this
second
next
one.
weekend. She's also in Pan.
Martin Sheen, more supporting roles about these 3 kids who are like digging through trash because they're poor, and they come across something that creates this like, they don't really tell you too much in the trailer, so
Okay.
it's kind of open, but it looks like a small adventure film with these 3 kids, kind of like Slumdog Millionaire a little bit.
Oh.
That's what I would compare it to in some ways.
But not
Interesting.
Indians.
But no,
All right.
but
Interesting.
very small release, but who knows? It's getting really good reviews though.
You guys,
Voila.
we have to do predictions and see if we can get a caller.
Yes. Do it.
So
So
we
quick.
have to power
This is
through
interesting.
these.
gonna be a
Do
good one.
either of you have your top
Yeah.
5 completely ready?
I'll go first.
Okay, let's go.
I think you're going to see The Martian again up in number 1.
Okay.
I think you'll see Pan at number 2, probably like in the 20s.
Agreed.
I think you're going to go. Jobs is not wide. Right?
No, Jobs is limited. New York and LA.
Right. Where's the front seat again? I think it's gonna be Hotel Transylvania. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Let's go. The Intern
Okay.
and Sicario.
Alrighty.
I'm right there with them. Are we all on the same page?
No, I'm not quite with
Okay.
you. I'm bringing in The Walk.
Oh, okay.
Because it is expanding
Oh.
to 2,500 theaters.
You're trying
so
to Everest hand again.
I'm trying. I mean, I tried it last week and failed, but you know, you have to keep on going.
Yes.
I'm going to go The Martian, Hotel Transylvania. Then I'm going. Whoa, I just skipped one. I'm going The Martian, Pan, Hotel Transylvania, The Walk, and Intern.
Okay.
You don't have Steve. Okay, Steve Jobs.
It's
isn't gonna go wide.
limited.
You're right,
It's
you're
in
right,
New
you're right.
York and LA. I
thought
feel
maybe-
like that's
yeah.
8 theaters.
It
Who knows?
opens next week. Or something.
I'm right there with. I don't think The Walk's gonna do very well, although it is an IMAX. But it had such a weak showing this week. Just
Let's go
on
Pan
IMAX.
numbers. Let's go Pan numbers. Then
All
we'll
right.
break our tie.
We'll go.
Well,
Yeah.
You too. I went in then.
All right.
All right.
Wait, okay. So,
I'm gonna go Pan at 27.
I'm going.
I'll say 22.
No, stop saying my numbers. Fine, I'll go to 25.
Okay.
All right.
27, 22, 25.
It could do like 18, by the way.
It could do 12.
Yeah.
27, 22, 25.
This could be a disaster.
The 3 ages of the last girls I dated.
Let's go.
We
All
have
right, we got
time
3 minutes.
for
Let's do a call.
one caller.
Yeah, the first
Do
call
it.
on a Sunday.
One
Let's see what it is.
caller on
I hope it's Boss
Sunday.
Turner. He's the best.
The best.
And then I have to read off some winners.
Yeah.
And then we need to go.
Yeah.
Okay. You do.
Let's see if I can read off these winners while we get someone on the line,
All right.
unless we don't
I
have
don't think we
any
have any
call.
call.
Oh, okay.
No one calling. All right, guys.
That's the first week
Do we
we
have a
haven't
new?
had
Do we have a
callers.
new number?
No, I think it's the
they
same
called
number.
last week.
Okay.
Maybe they just didn't move with
Listen,
us.
it's Sunday Night
Yeah.
Football. I understand, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Guys.
hey.
The number, just in case you forgot, it's 424-256-1633.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the same number we used to have.
No.
That is a
not
different
sure.
number.
I'm not sure.
No, it's the same number.
But let me give you some winners from you guys out there from last week. Brian Barrentos and Ben Bailey hit it right on the money with Martian Guessing Game with 55 million. Winning for Sicario Guessing Game is Christopher James. As for the 5 for 5, there were so many winners this week that over half of the 35 guesses were 5 for 5.
Yep.
Wow,
So guys,
I'm the
I
real winner.
couldn't read 15 names.
Yeah.
But thank you, and
Was Boss Turner
that's
on there?
great. There were
I don't know.
50. I got half of the 35. I can
that
look
guy.
them up, I think. But thank you guys, and thank you all for commenting. We're hoping you stick with us.
And the number is different, so that's probably why we didn't get any calls. I just realized our old number was different. But don't
I'm
worry, next
sorry.
week we will do a good job of tweeting it out before the show
Yes, we will.
and letting you guys know exactly what the number is.
we'll get better.
We'll
Yeah,
do
it was
some more
my
calls
fault.
next
I
week.
promise.
It's my fault this week.
Yeah.
Blame it on Tom. Anyway,
Blame it on the rain.
thank you for joining us on this Sunday
Yes, Sunday
evening.
edition.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys see some movies this week, and stay tuned next week. Again, Sunday at 6, box office
6 p.m.
breakdown.
9 o'clock Eastern time.
Sarah
Yes.
Stratton. I have a Twitter.
Yeah,
I
you do.
forgot what my
It's
handle
at
is.
Sarah, no H, _ Stratton.
You got
And
to
I'll get
1,000
better.
followers in like
yeah,
a week.
you're over
Yes,
1,000.
I get better. I was at a wedding. I
You should
forgot
have
that
tweeted
Twitter
the pictures.
existed.
Yeah, you should have took pictures
Yeah,
of
you should've
the
tweeted some
wedding.
stuff out.
Oops.
You start throwing pictures of you in a dress in there, you're gonna go to 10,000 followers.
All right, you catch me at Schmoes JTE. I'm on the Schmoes Know every Thursday. I'm no longer engineering, but I am there talking.
Yes,
I
he
get
is.
to actually talk
I
movies.
think that's better for you guys
I
now.
think it's
Moving
good.
up in the
I got to
world?
drop some knowledge last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Box Office Breakdown. We're here every week at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time. Also,
Oh,
I
yeah.
work with the Screen Junkies now, so keep tuning into all the Screen Junkie stuff. 'cause
Yeah,
we're killing
Screen
it.
Junkies is awesome.
Yeah,
Popcorn
they're
Talk
doing
is
good
awesome.
stuff.
AfterBuzz TV.
At Bob Finstock. Mets going all the way to the championship. I got
At
tickets for
Bob
Friday and Saturday at
Finstock.
the Dodgers game.
Yep.
So I'm going to go crazy over there. I'll probably
So
get
you
into a
can
fight in the
stalk
parking
him
lot, so
there.
look out for that.
All right. Thank you all. See you next week. That's all I
Poof.
have to say.
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.